Hello and welcome to Arctic. This is Supreme Commander Forge Alliance, and a really nice game here. Very big thanks for sending this to me. If you really had to choose the two best players in FAF today, you might choose Voodoo and Lucian. Had many finals. Lucian, of course, the two-time champion, playing a Siren going first air. And if you were to stick them on the same team, you would expect that team to be very good, but in this one they actually get challenged. Two very good players. Zock, of course, another player you might consider to be the best if you had to choose a player like that, playing as Aeon. So far we have every single faction. Going second air with Aeon, looks like an engineer. And we got Benluc, and Benluc very good on settings back in the day, and I think he played quite a few games together with Zock. They may have been in the same clan, but don't quote me on that. Of course, UEF and Aeon versus Cybern and UEF, and Voodoo versus Zock across for each other is going to be excellent. Zock with his second air, first land, is going to get a scout here near the mountain. You can see very nice radar coverage. He can expect the bomber. He will counter the bomber. I expect second air from Voodoo. No, he's going second land. So far just Engies. All out engineers with a total of 5 P-gens, so pretty standard from Voodoo. Also a good scout here from Ben. And Ben hasn't really, out of the 4 players here, and actually here's a bomber from Lucian. Lucian, the one player who went first air with Cybern. This could be some problems. And there goes that engineer. Benluc, I think back in the day, it was extremely good. If this was a Settings game and I had to choose the best Settings player, it would be between Voodoo and Benluc. It would be very close. But he hasn't played for a while, so you think he might be a little bit outgunned, especially against Lucian so far. First 2 losses of the game have been for Benluc. Probably messing up his name, but I'll call him Ben. We got the scout from Zock. He's got total control of what is going on. He's also got multiple flares coming in. And of course in the middle on the Arctic, you got to get here, kill the civs. There's 4 Tech 1 point defenses, plenty of mass, and usually all ACUs run there. Here's that bomber from Lucian. So far the biggest unit in this game. So far with 2 kills. It's a nice radar from Ben, but that's not going to stay there for a long time. If you play on this map, besides going to the middle, these are nice flares. Looks like the scout has been taken out by Voodoo. These flares got to continue to cause damage. And there goes 2 more kills for Lucian's bomber. Absolutely brutal. Another thing on this map you really got to remember is there's a lot of little rocks scattered all over the place. You got to pick those up. Very important. I do hope the sound with this mic is not too bad. I will definitely improve it tomorrow. Get some more stuff coming my way, but today I'll have to deal with this. So now Lucian, after finishing 4 kills with Benluc, no bomb. That could have been a nice bomb there, but interceptors from Zock, who was second air. And Zock with his flares so far extremely good. Looks like he's going to take out a couple of mask extractors. There's also a raiding party here from Voodoo. Already got 2 kills. Took out a mask extractor, mask extractor. Looks like we'll take an engineer. And I will speed this up at +1. That's the speed I really like to play. Here's Lucian's bomber. So far, Lucian, the best player in this one, but Zock with very nice rating. So both players, both teams have a clear winner. Although Voodoo looks like he's getting to the middle pretty quick with some of this arty. That could be a big advantage to the bottom side. Actually, Lucian and Voodoo both very quick. Voodoo still with a nice raiding party here, together with his bomber, but an interceptor will put an end to that. But a good scout for Voodoo. Some auroras though for Zock. You gotta respect those. And some nice kills for Lucian's bombers. Benluc just getting his second land factory, so definitely struggling. And here we can see the brand new Cybern artillery can actually take out point defenses. And now he's going to take out this power generator so you can get that mass quick. And really what you got to do here is hide behind these buildings, because that point defense will start shooting. and you gotta avoid having this happen to you. You don't want to reclaim those, just hide behind the building and you're set. Ben is a little bit behind, so is Zock, but Zock is getting the gun. That's going to be very interesting. It looks like Zock also has total air control above Voodoo, so he knows exactly what's going on, but Voodoo already has 4 land factories, now getting air factory. Voodoo is going to get the mass. That's going to be a huge boost for the bottom side. It'll be very difficult. Lucian with some Manti deep into Ben's base, but Ben looks like he's going to completely avoid the middle. He's going to let the Voodoo and Lucian get the mass, and you can see Lucian now 1700 mass reclaimed, about 300 power. Voodoo also full mass, 3200 reclaim, plus 400 power, and to compare that to Zock, Zock only had 500 reclaim, so about 4000 extra mass for the bottom side. That's going to be huge. Also Ben kind of find himself. Oh no, Ben's got the gun. I did not notice that. That's going to be very significant. But he is behind enemy lines. There is an anti-air gun now with 2 kills for Voodoo. Zock is going to use his air advantage, but he's got to really avoid this position. Very well placed anti-air turret. Benluc takes it out with the ACU, 7 kills. Still got to be very careful against 2 ACUs. Lucian, you can see great rating with the Manti. And good defense from Zock with his bombers. But Benluc so far surrounded. It looks like double gun for Zock. So Zock just rushed the gun upgrade, and he's got the longest range of any unit in this game until we see Tech 2. See a total of 2 air factories and 5 land factories for Voodoo. And Voodoo could get himself in trouble with no upgrades. And what we're seeing now is Benluc and Zock both with the guns, while Lucian and Voodoo, all they got is mass, and the more units, so much better ACUs for the top side. So good teamwork, and now Voodoo could find himself 2 versus 1. He's got to run as fast as he can. And Ben having major problems in his base. Zock continues to attack. Voodoo full retreat. 3000 health. Sending all of his units in the way of the enemy's ACUs trying to stop him, but that's just going to feed him. And that's an excellent push. Lucian just ran. Yeah, Lucian ran for the hills, and he's going to be safe, but Voodoo is going to get 2 ACUs walking into his base. He does have Tech 2 land. He needs to get some Tech 2 engineers and get some point defenses. Meanwhile, Lucian running Ben over, got some point defenses planned, so that should put an end to it. Great rating from the Cyber player Lucian all over the place. Now Zock and Ben moving into Voodoo. Directly in Voodoo's base. Voodoo's got multiple shields to try to save his ACU, but he does not have the range. Both those ACUs have the range on anything that Voodoo has. He's trying to get this point defense, but too much aggression. And that's really excellent play from Zock and Ben. If you got those guns, you gotta make them count before Voodoo gets any kind of defenses up. Zock now with 29 kills, Ben with 25. Voodoo losing units very quickly. And Voodoo having trouble building his point defenses. Looks like his eco is completely shattered. He must have... His eco is terrible. He's upgrading mass extractors. So that's a bit unfortunate. Way too much power, not enough guns, and he is going to be run over. It's really up to his ally Lucian, who's actually getting counterattacked by Ben to do something about it, and Lucian thinking about moving in, but Voodoo has for the most part lost his base. He's got some mongoose trying to retreat, but he is going to lose quite a bit of his power. He's got some mass extractors, and you can see here with some teamwork. Well, these are also very good players, but teamwork really counts in a 2v2 game. It looks like the first player to die is going to be Ben or Voodoo. Benluc goes down to 2800 health, and it is a 2v1. But Lucian now coming in with some gestures. He's also got some Tech 2 land, it seems. Making some rhinos. But here come the gestures against Ben, who's got 45 kills and total air control. So Lucian is looking to really even out this game quickly. Some interceptors from Zock. Now Ben is going to die. He's going to try to get some point defenses up, but not in time. So the 1v1 game now, after 12 minutes, between Lucian and Zock. Cybern versus UEF, and Lucian with 7 kills, while Zock with an extremely good ACU. 60 kills, double gun. And at Tech 1, definitely Auroras have an advantage, but we do got to remember Lucian does have Tech 2 land, so hoplites will easily counter the Aurora threat, and he already has some on the field. Some Tech 2 flags, some Auroras. And in this position, quite even, although Zock is already in position to take over Voodoo's old base. Some really nice chunks of mass to reclaim. There is an engineer, very important engineer here for Lucian. Needs to get some factories, get something established. It could be a good move from Zock to just try to solidify this base with his ACU. Because with the gun, all this Tech 2 is not going to do much. And try to establish a base, but Lucian very quick with the transport and engineers. Excellent work. He still has air control. And it looks like both players will have even map control, although the middle is going to belong to Zock. Whole bunch of bombers from Zock. So far an excellent game. Big thank you for giving me this one. See these rhinos against Tech 1, very, very effective. And both these players, Lucian versus Zock, this is about as good as it gets. Zock a little late with his transport, but a good idea. Already some Tech 2 in position, just in case this actually is successful, but plenty of interceptors for Lucian. Zock is going to go on an attack. He did get a factory established. And on the back door, some Auroras taking out mask extractors, but this will be a significant force for Lucian. Looks like he's going to avoid the ACU. You can see he's got the high ground. And if he avoids the ACU, he can do a good attack against the Tech 1 forces of Zock. Up on top, there's also forces coming in, and Lucian could be in trouble. He is getting point defenses and a factory, but this is not enough Tech 2 to take on all this Tech 1. That was a very important kill for Lucian. That would have been a Tech 1 point defense. Meanwhile, we're seeing Tech 2 power coming in for Lucian. Quite a bit of build capacity on this factory, making hoplites. Looking at the eco here, minute 15 plus 30, pretty big mass deficit. 7,400 reclaimed, 55, 550 power. For Zock, we got nearly the same power, a little more mass, and quite a bit of mass in storage, and only 44 and 100 reclaimed. So quite even. Maybe a little more mass for Zock. This is significant force though for Lucian that will force Zock to pull back. He will play defense with his ACU. And up on top, another Tech 2 force for Lucian. He's moving up. He's got good interceptors playing recon, and looks like the middle might fall for Zock. We also see some Tech 2, the Obsidians, and Tech 2 power for Zock as well. So both players transitioning to Tech 2 very quickly. You see a little bit, this is very significant. Earlier power for Lucian, and he's really putting a lot of build capacity on his Tech 2 land factory. But this will be done quickly, and one thing we got to remember is, of course, Aeon with a little more power with those shields. This will be shields against stealth. Might think there will be an advantage for Aeon. See these hoplites, they can outrange the Auroras. The Aurora is really very much obsolete in this game. So for interceptors, definitely an advantage for Lucian. And Lucian very good with drops, we might see those. Make an appearance here on the back side, just some engineers walking around. Very even, both players, well, a raider here for Lucian, a raider for Zock. Zock getting more kills, 66. Forces his Tech 2 force back. This is quite secure for Zock. He's got a lot of flak with him as well. So anticipating an air attack from Lucian, but Lucian going all out land and actually going Tech 3 land. So Lucian a little earlier on Tech 2 power, and a little earlier on Tech 3 land. Here minute 17 recycling some of his Tech 1 land factories. And up on top another transport. Looks like it's just gonna die. Important Tech 1 point defense here at this choke point for Zock. And up on top another point defense for Zock. So Zock is not going to attack this position. It seems very defensive. Now moving across with his ACU, kind of exposing his back base. Going on an attack. He's got some Tech 2 coming in with some shields. But it looks like Lushan is going to take this opportunity to go ahead and attack this expansion base, while Zock is also going to pull back. And now we do see Tech 3 coming in with a bunch of loyalists, and loyalists are going to tear most things to shreds as long as they avoid the ACU. Although the Obsidian for Aeon, extremely powerful tank, will put up a fight, especially with some shields. Here up on top, Lushan, always raiding. Actually both players have raiders up on top. And here we got Tech 2 versus Tech 1. These tanks for Cybern are going to be very... actually not Tech 2 coming in for Zock as well. The Obsidians in close range are going to decimate these rhinos. So just in time for Zock. Obsidians save the day. And up on top we do see the Tech 3 force for Lushan. This is becoming a very serious situation for Zock up on top. He is going to retreat with a bunch of Tech 1. He's got more Tech 2 power. He's got multiple Tech 2 power and actually got Tech 2 air. I think it's his first Tech 2 air with some swift ones. Some mobile defense, Tech 2 point defense. And very quick, if that loyalist is going to be targeted by the point defense, and you can see these hoplites, Lushan using the range up on a hill. As long as he avoids that point defense, he'll be fine. Looking to do some raiding, and this point defense will be very nice. Unless, of course, it will just get one kill. And this battle continues on the backside. This time Tech 3, and the Obsidian's very much outgunned. Zock needs Tech 3 as soon as possible. Yeah, the Loyalists really won that battle. The Obsidians were a little late. A transport following up for Lushan right away. Lushan playing perfectly. And now Tech 3 land for Zock as well. The Harbies should be able to defend at the back door, but looks like this expansion has been lost. The map control has just shifted in Lushan's favor because of the Loyalists. But now gunships for Zock, and that's significant. We might see an air fight with some Tech 2 here, and Lushan is going to respect it and is going to retreat, which means that these gunships get to shoot, and the Loyalists are going to die, making some nice reclaiming opportunities for Zock. Zock is going to successfully defend, and I'm expecting some nice raiding with the gunships. Tech 2 gunships extremely good on this map. Whole bunch of swift ones, and just leaving them by Lushan's base might be a mistake if you can get behind him. You can see the retreat for Lushan. He does have a couple. Yeah, this is going to be a big loss for Zock. He's going to lose Tech 2 land factory. A drop to the middle into enemy territory from Zock. Those engineers are going to be demolished. And Zock is now making both Tech 3 land and Tech 2 air with a bunch of gunships. Sitting on 3 Tech 2 power. Here minute 24. Zock is at 33 mass, so not too much upgrading at all. 1400, and you can see so much excess power, so you can put a lot of build capacity on his air. Got a lot of breathing room there. Plus a couple shields would be very nice. Lushan, meanwhile, a little less power, but more mass. Significantly more mass. And I can see Zock 80 kills. And 4 Loyalists are going to avoid this battle. They're going to move in, probably play some defense at the expansion. Here we got an air fight. And Lushan with Tech 1, but superior numbers, now retreating. And this is great stuff from Lushan, using the Tech 2 flak together with his interceptors. He just retreated to his Tech 2 flak, and he just won a Tech 1 versus Tech 2 fight which is very big because these gunships are now going to be a lot less effective once they get taken out, although they do kill a couple loyalists. That was one of the biggest battles in this game. The loss of air by Zock, even though he had Tech 2. The Harvey here chasing down a couple loyalists, but 4 versus 1, it's going to definitely be outgunned. Now Zock together with a couple Harveys in the middle, picking up a couple mass extractors. Still problems here at his expansion. His plan was those gunships, and maybe he put a little too much build capacity in those gunships instead of Swiftwinds. Lushan was 100% into Tech 1 interceptors. Lushan now with bricks and some artillery, making more bricks and going for Tech 3 power, also doing a little bit of upgrading. And once you get map control, you might as well just make that count, upgrade, you get better tech. That's exactly what Lushan's done. And now we can see Lushan also going on a raid. This is a pretty nice force. Looks like the Harvey retreated for Zock. He didn't throw that away. But Zock is coming in to take back this expansion. Plenty of Harveys to do the job. Of course, the next force he's going to have to deal with is going to be a little more powerful, with the bricks coming in, protected by flak, and also there was artillery. Here it is, Cybern artillery here, minute 27. Artillery versus Tech 1 point defenses. It's going to get the job done. Engineers successfully disembarked before that Tech 2 transport gets didn't even leave a wreck. And we're going to see Harveys versus bricks. Bricks definitely outrange and have better health. Good defense in the back here by Zock. So already now with 11 kills is going to deny a big area. You can see this is the range on it. Put it anywhere on the map. Slowly chip away. Also cruise missile launcher. Loading up missiles for Lushan. Although Zock looks like I did see some missile defense. Only one. This could be in trouble. This Tech 2 power generators could be in trouble. Meanwhile, we're seeing bricks versus Harveys. Looks like the bricks were successful. Harveys retreating. They need some shields in order to be able to compete. Zock, meanwhile, under a shield. Looks like a Tech 2 point defense creep to the middle. But against this artillery, that's going to be a problem. And this could be very big. Lushan here now launching the missiles. If he can take out a couple of these Tech 2 power generators, it'll be very difficult to come back from for Zock. And Zock looks like he retreats. He's going to give up this position. Realizing he's outgunned, he's sending more Harveys in before he gets this fight. Definitely a good move. He's going to have 5 extra Harveys, a total of 9. 9 versus 4 bricks. And those are pretty good numbers. Lushan with 2 kills. Let's see what he killed. He has taken out the Tech 2 power, or Tech 2 air factory. Zock is going to quickly rebuild that. And that is definitely going to slow down the air production of Zock. That does take away quite a few threats against Lushan. Aeon's so good with Tech 2 air with those mercies. And now we can see the bricks. When they're at range, they were getting the better of the Harveys, but close up with numbers, the Harveys definitely doing a good job. Great attack for Zock, showing patience, not attacking. But he didn't have the numbers, retreated, and then came in, and now he's going to have a couple nice chunks of mass to reclaim, plus a couple mass extractors. And also a successful attack here on the back from Zock. And we've just seen map control shift in Zock's favor. More bricks for Lushan. He's going to attempt to kite against the Harveys. He needs to keep on retreating. You can see the range on the bricks is very nice. Harveys a little less. Harveys definitely have to respect with a brick in a 1v1 battle. Tech 3 power for Lucian plus Tech 3 anti-air. Scouts from Zock. He will see the Tech 3 power. And this is basically a brick spam. Actually, no, Lucian has stopped it, but he does have quite a few bricks in the field. One thing be interesting to see here, minute 33. 1700 reclaimed, plenty of power for Lucian, and about 70 mass production. Zock about 50 mass production, a lot more reclaimed, 26, and quite a bit less power because he does not have Tech 3 yet, but he does have it planned. And Zock does have map control. A break now coming in. The Harvey will retreat. In the middle, there goes a shield. This artillery here has been shooting all day, 25 kills. Very big nuisance. There's also some stealth here, but that's not going to work. Lucian now getting some forces. He's going to have a total of 8 bricks. Quite a few Harveys, but this can be a 1v1, a Harvey versus brick. Zock is going to have to... he just scouted. He's going to retreat. These are not the numbers Zock wants to deal with. A very good game. And that Harvey just got splashed on. Needs to retreat. More drops from Lucian. Interceptors now for Zock. If Zock can get air control, it could be very significant. Yeah, I think he definitely has what it takes, unless he fights over the Tech 2 flags. You can see Lucian. And here comes the air battle. And that was a full retreat from Zock. He did not want it. There's stealth here and a break and a whole bunch of flak. So Lucian being patient, not coming in yet. It looks like he's going to try to come in with a stealth and get some free shots. Zock has no idea there's a force here until those engineers saw it. Once that NG dies, it'll all disappear. And Zock really has to be careful with his force. He does not want to lose it. Meanwhile, a brick here in the back, taking out some Tech 2 power. Zock really, he's nearly finished with his Tech 3. He's got to finish that. He's going to stall. And here is the assault from Lucian. He's going to take this easily. Zock will simply retreat. It looks like up on top this Harvey can move in and deny these mass extractors. Some engineers going, just making Tech 1. Some Tech 2 gunships and Tech 3 air now for Lucian. He's had Tech 3 power for quite a while. Now he's going to turn that in Tech 3 air. Some Tech 2 transports, perhaps brick drops. I do believe I missed a couple of brick drops. I'm sure that brick in the back there was a drop. Some Tech 1 point defenses is going to slow down the progress of Lucian just a little bit. Lucian leading with the Tech 3 air. Zock getting an upgrade. Not really sure what that's going to be. But map control definitely in Lucian's favor, and that is the advantage of Cybern over Aeon with the bricks. And later on, when there's a lot more power, the shields could make a big difference, but right now this is a stage where Cybern definitely have the advantage. Here leading with some stealth. Zock is losing quite a few units. Meanwhile, Zock is going to counterattack against this brick. And Lucian easily takes this position while Zock moves in with his force. The Zock choosing to be aggressive. This could be a bit of desperation from Zock. There's plenty of bricks to defend, and he's kind of left his base all exposed. You see a whole bunch of Tech 2 point defenses, a little bit of Harveys. A shield is going to be constructed. Could be just enough to play defense, and actually the ACU for Zock is going to retreat. And Zock, after that aggression, is going to retreat. It looks like once again map control quite even. These planes got to be put up in the air. But Tech 3 versus Tech 2 in air. Tech 3 power now for Zock. And the bug is coming up for Lucian. That could be a little crazy. Lucian does have a little more Tech 3 power, which is a huge difference when you're making Tech 3 air. Lucian with Tech 2 on his ACU. Here Mint 41. Lucian 6500 power, plus about 134 and 30,000 reclaimed. Zock 3600 reclaimed. Significantly less mass though, not nearly as much upgrading. Looks like the two players still talking to each other. This is a 2v2 that's been a 1v1 for the last 30 minutes. Here comes an assault from Lucian. He's going to try to take back his expansion, and this is definitely not Lucian's base. It will be very difficult to wrestle that from him. We see some Tech 3 gunships from Lucian, and he is going to make the bug, it seems. That could give Zock an opportunity, because that's going to be a huge investment in terms of mass. And you can make a GC before that bug gets constructed, and with enough flak you can deny that deny the bug if your base is just what you have right here. But one problem that Zock does have is a lot less mass. Here's a battle. Harbies versus Bricks. Bricks definitely having an advantage. These Tech 3 mass extractors is really the huge difference in this game. Here comes Tech 3 air coming in. Very important battle. Tech 3 versus Tech 2. Lucian losing quite a few planes, but gets out of there. He does have stealth. And a brick from Lucian is really now beginning to surround Zock's base. Massive force here at the back door, and a single brick denying any expansion. And Lucian, of course, very quick with engineers. He's got bricks here to defend. He's got the mass extractors. And here comes the bug. Here, minute 45. Zock is looks like he's gonna die. It's a very nice play here. Not surprisingly, Voodoo and Lucian win against Zock and Benluc, but extremely well played by Zock, making this a very long game. He was slightly behind the whole time, but it could have really gone either way if any kind of mistakes were made. So hopefully people enjoy this one.